King Arion was known for his sharp mind and iron will, but it was the bond with his most trusted advisor Kale that truly set him apart. They were two sides of the same coin, Arion the storm of righteous fury, Kale the calm whisper of reason. From a young age they trained together, they sparred with blades of wood, their laughter echoing in the castle courtyard. As they grew, so did their bond. It transformed into a brotherhood, forged in mutual respect and understanding. Kale, with his steady gaze and measured words, was always by Arion's side. He was the king's confidant, his advisor, his friend. They understood each other with a single look, a slight nod. Their loyalty to each other was as solid as the castle walls, or so it seemed. The court seethed with ambition. Lords and ladies whispered in the shadows, their eyes filled with envy. They coveted Kale's position, resenting his influence over the king. How dare a man of such humble beginnings stand beside the throne? Among them, Lord Varon, a man with a viper's tongue and ambition colder than the castle dungeons, plotted his move. He saw Kale's closeness to the king, not as loyalty but as a threat. Varon craved power, and he would stop at nothing to get it. He began to sow seeds of doubt. He whispered poisonous lies into the ears of the court. He spoke of secret meetings, of whispers against the throne, all fabricated to paint Kale as a traitor. The kingdom held its breath. The royal seal, the symbol of Arion's authority, vanished. Panic spread through the castle like wildfire. It was a crime of treason, one that threatened to throw the kingdom into chaos. Varon, with a mournful face, presented his evidence. He spoke of seeing Kale near the king's chambers. He produced witnesses who claimed to have overheard Kale plotting against the crown. All lies, carefully crafted to ensnare the king's most loyal servant. Arion found himself staring into the abyss of betrayal. He gripped the arms of his throne, his knuckles white. Could Kale, his most trusted advisor, his friend, have done such a thing? The weight of the crown pressed heavily on Arion's brow. He was torn. His heart screamed Kale's innocence. Yet the evidence, fabricated as it was, seemed irrefutable. The law demanded justice, but at what cost? He looked at Kale, standing tall and proud, even in the face of accusations. His friend's eyes held no fear, only a deep sadness that mirrored Arion's own. But duty, Arion believed, had to come before friendship. With a heavy heart and a voice choked with emotion, Arion pronounced the sentence. Kale was to be imprisoned within the castle dungeons, awaiting trial for treason. Section 5. A cold cell and a silent promise. The clang of the iron gate echoed the shattering of Kale's world. Darkness enveloped him, the cold, damp air heavy with despair. He was alone, stripped of his honor, his loyalty questioned by the very man he'd die for. Yet even in the depths of his despair, Kale refused to believe Arion had condemned him without reason. He clung to the memory of their bond, finding solace in the echo of their shared past. He vowed to remain unbroken. He would prove his innocence not just for himself, but for Arion. He would ensure the king realized his mistake even if it broke him in the process. Days bled into weeks, each one an eternity for both king and captive. Guilt gnawed at Arion. He couldn't shake the feeling of wrongness, the nagging suspicion that he had been played. He ordered a discreet investigation led by his most trusted captain. The captain, a man of unwavering loyalty and keen observation, soon found cracks in Varon's narrative. The witnesses were coerced, bribed to lie. The evidence, upon closer inspection, was clearly forged. The truth, sharp and cold as a winter wind, cut through the web of lies. Varon, driven by ambition and blinded by greed, had orchestrated the whole scheme. The royal seal was found hidden in Varon's chambers, a silent testament to his treachery. Arion raced through the castle, his heart pounding with a mixture of fury and relief. He flung open the dungeon door, the words of apology already forming on his lips, but the sight that greeted him stole his voice. Kale sat on the floor, his back against the wall, his gaze fixed on some unseen point in the darkness. He looked gaunt, his spirit seemingly dimmed, but his eyes still held the same unwavering loyalty. Kale listened silently as Arion revealed the truth. He felt no joy, no sense of triumph, only a profound sadness settled upon him. The betrayal cut deep, leaving a wound that even Arion's apology couldn't heal. "You were right to imprison me, Your Grace," Kale said, his voice devoid of its usual warmth. "The law must apply to all, even the king's friend. He rose to his feet, each movement stiff and measured. "But trust, once broken," he continued, his voice thick with unshed tears, "is not so easily mended." Arian felt a chill run down his spine. He reached out wanting to explain, to apologize again and again. But the look in Kale's eyes stopped him cold. He watched as Kale, his movements deliberate and final, packed a small bag. He was leaving, taking with him a part of Arian's soul. The king could only stand there, helpless and heartbroken, a king in name only, his spirit as empty as the dungeon cell. Years passed. Arian ruled with wisdom and justice, his reign considered a golden age for the kingdom, but the memory of Kale's betrayal and subsequent departure never left him. He had punished the guilty, restored his friend's honor, yet it wasn't enough. He had learned a bitter lesson that even the strongest bonds can be shattered by doubt, and that some wounds once inflicted never truly heal. Every night, Arian looked out over his kingdom, the weight of his crown heavier than ever. He saw the bustling markets, heard the laughter of children, and felt a pang of emptiness. The kingdom prospered, but his heart remained a prisoner of his past, forever haunted by the ghost of his loyal friend.